All right, you're looking live at Generation to Generation Cowboys and Sports Talks. I'm the host, DJ. I tell you what. I'm joined by my co-host, my dad, uh, Cowboy Joe 64, aka Capricorn One. We back with another show. I'm gonna be on the low end on this episode. I'm really kind of under the weather, so I'll be popping in and out. But this one is gonna be mainly my dad. Got something for y'all, and I'm gonna be chirping here and there. But I'm gonna really be on the low, and I'm gonna just be sitting back and enjoying the show. So let me drop this intro, and then let y'all get to it.
To Generation Cowboys and Sports Talk. My dad, my partner, my co-host, Cowboy Joe 64.
I am your father.
Just to get the Cowboys 2 good games to hopefully understand that they need to go receiver and go high with this next pick.
Yeah, yeah, that's really what this is gonna be about.
All right. So you want to say what's up to the people and let them know what you got going on today?
So what's up to the people? We just wanted to record something here with the breaking news that we have on the Cowboys coaching search. And as Jules, I tell you what, said he's just going to be key on dip out. He's kind of got a little something else going on there. So we're going to just do a real quick update on the coaching search, and then you're going to come back and close us out.
Yeah, I'll come back and close this out.
Okay, cool. Hey, your mic sounds kind of muffled. I don't know if it's because of where you're recording or what, but no biggie. So I'm good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go.
All right, so we wanted to just jump on and give you guys an update on the coaching search. So we had a breaking news development this evening. Sean Sharif with a 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to Sean. He sent out a tweet saying that his understanding is Brian Schottenheimer is going to be named the Cowboys head coach. And then so we had a lot of people kind of chime in on that. And then later tonight, Nick Harris, who reports on the Cowboys, so shout out to Nick. He's reporting that he's going to stand by his story from yesterday. Yesterday, he sent out a tweet basically saying that he believes that Brian Schottenheimer will not be the head coach, that he's not being considered for the head coach, that Brian Schottenheimer is being considered as an offensive coordinator, maybe. So we got sort of conflicting reports. You got Sean Sharif saying that he thinks that Schottenheimer is going to be the coach, and then Nick Harris saying that he believes otherwise. So we're going to just kind of see how this thing plays out. Everybody has their sources. So, and, as we know, you never know about these things until it's actually a done deal. So we're going to have to just kind of wait and see. I think at the end of the day, we're all just still not happy with the fact that the Cowboys did not, in this hiring process, use that science that we've all been talking about for the last several weeks that they should use. And that's just interviewing probably minimum of 8 coaches. Probably could have interviewed 10. And then you just go through the process. You take your time, and then you let the best candidate win. That's how the Steelers ended up with Mike Tomlin. We talked about this before. They had their Kellen Moore in mind. The Steelers did. He was it was an ex player of theirs. Well, he was an ex NFL player, and they pretty much had him slated for the job when Bill Cowher stepped down. This person was going to get the job. But they used the hiring science, and they interviewed several candidates, and then they had a guy that came in, and he blew them away, and that was Mike Tomlin, and they hired him, and he ended up winning a Super Bowl, and the rest is history. So was hoping that the Cowboys would use that same process, and so what we're seeing is that the Cowboys are still, up to their same old tricks. We talked about, we hope in the offseason that they would kind of change the game and start doing things differently. Especially now, we know that they're the only team in the NFL with no NFC or AFC championship games in the last 29 years. They're the only one, the last man standing. So that should have prompted them to just say, hey, we're going to step back and we're going to just start changing some of the things that we do in the way we operate, and starting with this coach search. So we're seeing that they're not doing that. So it's a lot of debate on Kellen and a lot of debate on Brian Schottenheimer. And so, Jules, I tell you what, we have our own thoughts on that. Jules basically says that if he had the choice, he would hire Kellen, and he can talk about that. I would go with Schottenheimer. I think at this point, it's pluses and minuses with both. You can clearly see that. My thing with Kellen, I'm just stuck on the leader of men thing. I think the offensive scheme he runs, it's just not foundational. I believe that it's a lot of bells and whistles, and I just think the foundation of the offense is not good. And then I just can't see him leading a franchise that has players like Micah and CD. And I thought about something tonight too. Just think about this. If you had Dez on your team, could Kellen Moore be the head coach of the Cowboys? And I think the answer is no. If Dez was on the team, could Schottenheimer make it work? I believe he could. It would probably be about the same, a little bit of what you saw with Gary. But I just think the players on the team, especially if you got dogs on your team, which we need, I just think it will be kind of overwhelming. You're kind of seeing that at the Eagles too. The Eagles fans, AJ Brown and some of the guys, they're not happy with the offense with Kellen. I saw a thing today. They're actually somebody had it was a timeline of all of the Eagles fans. They want Kellen gone like right now, and they're just looking at what's happening with the way the games are going. And in my prediction, I'm going on record right now that Washington is going to beat them. And I think that, it's just, they really could have lost Sunday. They got lucky with the weather. So bottom line is, at the end of the day, if it's Kellen, we're Cowboy fans. We're going to figure out a way to get behind Kellen. If it's Schottenheimer, we're going to do the same. Schottenheimer, he has the genes. His dad was Marty Schottenheimer. For all of, you got a lot of young people out there that don't know the history of the NFL. So his dad was a legendary coach. He coached for the Chiefs. Bill Cowher came off Marty Schottenheimer's tree. So Bill Cowher was Marty Schottenheimer's coach. Bill Cowher was one of Marty Schottenheimer's assistants. So, and then
I was gonna say, so
he was with. He started out with Cleveland. He took Cleveland to City, had success there. Then he went to San Diego. So he had success along the way. So Brian Schottenheimer comes from just really solid background, solid coach, and he knows the league. He has a reputation of being a physical coach, which we need. So, we have to just kind of see how it plays out. I saw he was going to get the Jets job. That was pretty much a done deal. But now they're reporting that he left the facility without a deal. So we're going to play for. He should have been a top candidate for the Dallas job. There's just no way you can have a job opening if you're Dallas and not interview Aaron Glenn. He's a former player. He's a Bill Parcells guy. He played for Dallas. You can't explain to Cowboy fans how you don't interview Aaron Glenn. They didn't interview Al Harris. We heard a lot of talk over the last couple of years about Al Harris being a defensive coordinator and head coach candidate. I just kind of felt that he would probably be a better head coach than a coordinator, because I'm not really sure, about his putting the work in on the coordinator stuff. But Al Harris commands the room. He's a natural leader. So if you look at what John Harbaugh is doing with Baltimore, John Harbaugh was a special teams coach. So if you told me that I could make Al Harris the head coach, I could actually see that working. You would just hire a good coordinator, defensive, offensive coordinator. And I think, look, a lot of these guys are getting shots to be head coaches. So why not these guys? Why not Aaron Glenn and Al Harris? So a lot of these coaches, they just do the hiring circuit. They go from team to team. We saw that with Dennis Allen, and Dennis Allen is going to Chicago, but he's had 2 different head coaching jobs. Now he's failing forward, as they say. So why not let Al Harris and Aaron Glenn do the same? So we're going to kind of see how it plays out. Hopefully we'll find out more what they would do if they're not going to hire Schottenheimer. They should just put the process at this point. They got to know they got to put everything on hold and just stop. Just stop where you are, because what you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up making a big mistake. And you're going to either make a mistake big, or you're going to make a bigger mistake if you hire Kellen. Your options are not great. I heard some of the other content creators on tonight. They were saying that they would just rather hire Zimmer, and I would agree with that. If you're going to go this route, just hire Zim. And of course, they could have just kept McCarthy. Now it looks like McCarthy is not going to get the New Orleans job. So it's kind of funny how this whole thing is playing out. So that's kind of where we are. We're gonna have to just see how it plays out, and we got to just let Jerry do his thing. There were some people on Twitter talking about Jerry's legacy, and what I said was, look, Jerry's not concerned about that, okay? He's 82 years old. He's an NFL Hall of Famer. He's a billionaire. He's not concerned about his legacy. He's making millions of dollars for his family. So he does not care about legacy. That ought to be clear the way they're doing this head coaching search. That's not what they're trying to do. They're not worrying about legacy. What they're trying to do is what Brian Browder said a few weeks ago, is that they're just trying to do something that's not going to change their program. They don't want to pay the coach. They don't want to change the way they do free agency. This salary cap thing that they keep gaslighting the fans with, they don't want to change that. They want to be able to line up every day and go on the radio shows and interview circuit and say, the cap, we don't have cap room. Now you got everyone that understands the cap in this day and age. They know that's not true, but that's what they want to. They want to operate from the standpoint of their head coach is not asking them, why are we mismanaging the cap? Why aren't we signing free agents? Why are we waiting to pay guys right before training camp starts, which hurts our cap? They don't want a coach asking those questions. So that's why we're down to Brian Schottenheimer and Kellen Moore. Now, we've also heard about the Jaden Witten angle, that he is going to be brought in no matter what to groom as the next head coach. At this point, Jason Witten or somebody on his team should know better. He was there when the same thing happened with Wade Phillips. They brought Jason Garrett in as the next head coach. He undermined Wade the 3 years that he was there. And you have players like Patrick Creighton who said Garrett changed the plays when he got the job. He all of a sudden got a better offense. So Jason Witten, based on what's been reported, he should know by now that he's not going to do that. He should just tell Jerry, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to do the head coach like that. If I take a job as an assistant coach with the thought of becoming a head coach, it's going to undermine the coach. That's just not cool. Just do the right thing. So someone on his team should be talking to him about not doing that. And if he does take the job, again, it just kind of lets us know what we're kind of working with here. So that's kind of where we are. Just giving you guys an update. Wanted to come on and do a little short video, and so we're gonna just to go ahead and close it out there, and then we'll just kind of see what happens overnight or the next few days, and then in the next day or so we'll get Jules, I tell you what, back on with us, and let him give his input on what he sees happening.
Yeah. So appreciate that. So you guys make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And we'll come back on in a couple days. I'm feeling a little better, and give you all some more cowboy talk, especially about what I feel about the situation. He was absolutely right. I think that Kellen, I mean, from what I was going based off of was their track records. I mean, I understand Kellen does not command the room, but I was kind of going off their track record, and Schottenheimer really hasn't shown us anything while he's been here. So, you know, either way, like you said, either way it goes, we're gonna have to support both of them if they hire, and we're just gonna get behind them. We're gonna just hope for the best. That's all we can do as Cowboy fans at this point, because all of this could have been avoided if Jerry would have and Steven would have did the right thing. But here we are in 2025, and Micah has no contract, and they're still doing the things that they do. So if we're gonna have to just ride it out and see. So you all just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and then we're gonna get on this new app too called Favorite It, I think. And I'm gonna put that link out there. I think that's what it's called. Let's see. Yeah, it's called Favorite It, and it's supposed to be a
Okay.
good app. So we'll get on, and you all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll hit you all later. Peace.
All right. Peace.